Welcome, everybody. This is the first video on breaking barriers. I'd like to first thank everybody for watching, whoever does watch. It means a lot to me, and hopefully we can grow, and hopefully that we can utilize this tool to educate each other. I'd like to start off, if you like what we represent, if you like what our mission is and our purposes, I ask that you press the like button and the share button. That way we can spread this message and spread this entire entity to other people. If you're new, you can follow me on www.facebook.com/breaking barriers against all odds starting today. Or you can ask for a invite and I can invite you. But I hope that this group grows, and I think we're at about 32 people right now that are following, and that is absolutely awesome. I'd like to thank the support from everybody thus far. Now let's get to the deal. What is this? Why are we creating this? And I say this as we because this is hopefully interactive. I hope that I learn as much from individuals as individuals learn from other individuals, and that this trickulates into to all of us expanding what we know or what we think we know as humans. The goal is to humanize these topics, these concepts, and operationalize them to manners in which that we can use in our lives. And I think that's important. We are definitely at a precarious time. We have seemingly, quote unquote, seemingly chaos continuing around us. And there continues to be divide amongst religions, divide amongst politics and policy making, divide amongst different sects, divide again amongst families, and somewhere we have kind of wandered from things that are important to us, and this is real. This whole video, this whole site is meant to hopefully bring in people, is hopefully to take individualism and take collectivism and find a way that we can unite it, and find a way that they can coincide with one another. We all have opinions, and we all have facts, and we all have real facts, and we all have different ideas and conceptions of things, of issues. This is to combine them. This is to unify as a whole. If you look at my Facebook page on J.R. Ellis, you'll see I have an array of dominant denominations, an array of religious viewpoints, friends who are bisexual, transsexual, homosexual. I have devout Christians. I have Muslims. I have Republicans. I have Democrats. I have independents. I have atheists. And I believe that creates a collection of who I am, in a sort. I've created this not necessarily to create chaos, to create discord, to create debating, but merely for one simple fact. And this one fact is, I think, the key to almost everything that at least I believe and I do in life, and hopefully we all believe in life, is that when we each individually wake up every single day, the majority, and this is a heavy majority across the world, we are trying to do the same thing. We are attempting in, you know, try to make a buck so we can put food on the table, so we can spend time with our loved ones, so we can maybe take a trip, maybe take a vacation, but we keep a roof over our head, pay our bills, and progress through this life. And this whole site is a culmination of watching social media. I sat for the past few years, we'll say 2, 3 years, just observing and watching what people post and watching how people respond and watching do people's internet life match up with their personal life and watch what the direction in which our society is going towards and driving for. And I realized that I want to be a driving force in not only positivity, but a driving force in change and how we view things and how I view things. And I'd like to be an example for myself, and I am calling amongst the masses to be a driving force towards me. And that as I sit and I look through my like friends list, we each have individual viewpoints that need to be heard. And there are topics and social issues in our society that need to be addressed. This is not a one-sided thing. This will not be purely, we say, for example, Republican or Democrat. This will not purely be religious or not religious, because anyone who knows me and knows what I represent, I look at the large picture in general. And I want to educate myself to expand and to come up with my own conceptions of what, for example, what God may be, my own conception of what is right and what is wrong, a moral compass, you know. And through this life, um, anyone who also knows me knows that I've had a journey myself, and so if I can take a little bit of my journey and take a little bit of someone else's journey and take a little bit of another person's journey and take a little bit of another person's journey and continue to build on that to understand like what is valuable, in these social issues that we talk about, hopefully bring to the surface. I was talking about it the other day, uh, with my girlfriend, that we talk about an issue when the issue happens, and then it dwindles and we don't talk about it, and then the situation happens again and then we stop talking about it, and then it happens again and then it's a hot conversation. And why can't we continuously talk about this and bring to the surface about these issues? Why can't we look at it objectively and tackle and live with what we learn on this? And then that is my goal. That is what I hope to bring, and that's what I hope we bring. Let me put up some facts. There are approximately 40,000 homeless vets. There are approximately 200,000 homeless individuals on the streets, not in a shelter. There's almost 400,000 sheltered homeless individuals. We have 22,400,000 adults over the age of 25, or between over the age of 25, that don't have an education of high school. And that's according to the U.S. Census Bureau. So if you can truly fact check me, I hope that you fact check me, because I want to take in knowledge and I want to put out something that is accurate. We have approximately 7 million young adults between the ages 25 to 30 to 34 still living at home. Why is this? Less than 40% of our fourth graders read at a fourth grade proficiency. Approximately 19 million single parent households. Why? Why? And I'd like to hear information on and experiences from individuals on why we have these calm phenomena. 50% of all Americans will be diagnosed with some sort of mental illness sometime in their life, according to the CDC. And these are the topics. These are the topics that I hope to bring to the surface. These are the topics I want to talk about, the sensitive topics that no one wants to talk about. I want to talk about how white male Protestants lead suicide. Middle-aged white male Protestants lead suicide in our country. I want to talk about the rise in suicide in Asian culture, specifically Japan. I want to talk about healthcare. I want to talk about homelessness. I want to talk about youth incarceration. I want to talk about over medicalization. And I want to see what people think, and I want to feed off that, and I want to better understand. And I want each of us to put in our experience to provide, whether it's hope for each other, whether it's a power of faith, and I want to hear, and I want each of us to teach one another, rather than at times we see in society we belittle, and if someone knows facts, then they think that they're better than other people, or people perceive them as being better or trying to be better. And that's not what this is about. And also understanding that that experience does not make fact. And that is going to be one of the hardest things and hardest obstacles that we are going to face in this journey. Because just because I have experienced something does not make it factual. And at the same time, how do we display messages, to each other? How do we have this open dialogue while being respectful? So I guess we lay the groundwork now, and we lay the foundation that there is a chance that myself, all of us, we may get offended. That how it might be preposterous what someone says, but that's their viewpoint, and it's understanding that that is their viewpoint, and it's not necessarily our jobs to educate whoever it may be, and it could be me, but it's our job to listen and understand, because somewhere there is a truism within what people say. Now, it may not 100% encapsulate the truth, but that's what they believe. And somewhere that had to cultivate from some place. So in saying all this site's going to have live streams. This site's going to have community videos. This stream is going to have blogging. This stream is going to have podcasts. The stream is going to have interviews with people. We're going to start hashtag movements. We're going to start the BB movement. We are going to break the barriers that divide us together by understanding each other. Which it's going to sound absolutely crazy, trying to get out of ourselves and what we think and what we know as right. And that is huge. That is how we heal. That is how our society heals. This is not just going to be just within the United States. I have people on my friends list that are from Australia, from South America, from Iceland, I'm sure they too have things to say, that they too have viewpoints to say. And so so hopefully, so hopefully we break some barriers. So hopefully we attempt to refix the wheel. I was asked in sociology from a professor, was asking me what I wanted to do. It was my senior year at UNF. And I was explaining what my like ultimate goals were, my grand plans for when I graduate and after I graduate. And so her response was, "So you want to rebuild the wheel?" And at the time, I said yes. It's like, hell yes. I want to rebuild the wheel. But I shortly have learned I want to mend the wheel. And I want us together and as a group to mend this wheel. Um, we humans are absolutely amazing. We really are. And on my newsfeed, I have my personal newsfeed. I have, you know, things from dogs, animals, motivation, inspiration, as well as I also have hate, and I have anger, and I have frustration. You know, and so I want us to dive into love. I want us to dive into inspiration, and I also want us to dive into the hate, and I want us to dive into the differences. So, in saying that, this is just kind of like a pre video. As I stated earlier, if you like what this has to offer, if you like what this is going to be about, and remember that this is going to be ever evolving. Um, Anyone who knows me knows this is way, way out of my character. I am a behind the scenes type of mentality. I'm a behind the scenes individual. I'm a homebody. Um, but I sat one day and I thought, and I think of when are we going to be that change? And when am I going to be what I believe? And part of being who I believe and being what I want to represent, hopefully, is expressing that and reaching out to people. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for what you guys know. I'm hungry for what you guys have learned. And so I'm going to say this, feel free to post on the page. I believe that you should be able to post on the page. Message me if you want topics. If you want to talk about some law being passed, if you want to talk about some animal abuse, if you want to talk about um, anything. This is anything. This isn't just political. This isn't just religious, as I've stated. This is any and all aspects of life, and this is um, any and all social issue. And considering that we are humans and we are one of the most social creatures, purely for the fact that not only we communicate, but we have language, which I don't know of other species that have language. Um, it's time to communicate, and it's time to bring to the surface, and it's time to try to be open-minded towards one another. There are things I will sit here and say probably. There are things that I won't necessarily agree with at first, and that's the beauty of this. That is what we hopefully accomplish. I won't I won't ban a person because they post something that I disagree with. So I guess we'll say that right now. No. The only things I really will ban a person is disrespect, or delete something is disrespect. But we also have to remember that disrespect is subjective. I will use my girlfriend example. Her and I's views of disrespect are very different in different aspects. Um, but that's okay, and it's coming to this mutual understanding, and that is also a key, is a mutual understanding. So um, we don't have to like everything that each other say, and we won't as a group, we won't, and hopefully if this spreads, we definitely won't. I'm aiming for 1,000 followers in the next, hopefully in the next 2 months, um, and hopefully we grow from there. I would like to get as many people as possible. So once again, I'm going to put in the plug. Um, if you like what this represents, um, if you want to be part of what this represents, if you want to be interactive in our society, in societies in general, please hit the like button for the video. Please share the video. Ask your friends to share the video, and ask their friends to share the video. We're trying to hit as many people as possible, because the more sides to this continuum, the better. We want all viewpoints. There are things that we haven't even scratched the surface on, of understanding another person's point of views. As cliche as it sounds, the whole walking in someone's shoes. Um, I want to talk about, we talk about moral compasses. And if you're homeless and you have kids and you steal, is that morally wrong? So, in something like that, let's think about that. Let's think about that. Um, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I will have the live stream up and going, because I would love to hear opinions, and I would love for us to grow together. You are my people, and have a great day. Thank you for watching this.